American Water Polo.
Hi, this is Damon Newman from American Water Polo, and we're here today with head coach Kevin Rosa of the men's team at Cal Baptist University to better understand the college recruiting process. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing well, Damon. How are you?
I'm doing great. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to talk water polo, right?
Yeah, well, thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk about California Baptist University. We're excited.
Yeah, excellent. So tell me a little bit about yourself and and Cal Baptist.
California Baptist University is a Christian university located in Riverside, California. So that's about an hour, 45 minutes east of Orange County. So we're rapidly growing. So we're ranked seventh in the United States in terms of quickest growing universities, although we're still trying to keep that small campus feel. So, I mean, we're really built on small campus feel with class sizes, low class sizes, good faculty staff, to teacher to student ratio. And really building the strong relationships between faculty and staff. Say, as we've grown, we went from NAIA, about 8 years ago, NAIA, we were in Division II for 2 years, and now we have transitioned to Division I. So with that transition, we've been upgrading a bunch of things. Say, we have a brand new event center, say, where our basketball program plays. We're actually second in the state of California with population attendance at basketball games. Third. San Diego State and UCLA had higher attendance at basketball games than us. And so we have a president, Dr. Ellis, and a vice president, Mr. Dacus, that really are visionaries. So they want to grow and continue to do great things. And then our athletic director, say, all our sports programs have been doing great. Say, athletic director Dr. Parker is a great leader and has put the right people in the right places, and we continue to do well. And the men's water polo program has really done well. Say, as we've transitioned to Division II to Division I, say, we've been doing great. Say, we had our best finish at the conference, at the WWPA conference tournament this last year, finishing third, and it seems to be a gradual growth as we continue to improve and grow. And so California Baptist as a school and as men's water polo program has been growing. Myself personally, you say, I don't know how much you want to know about me, you say, but say, I've been around water polo since 1992. So I've been around quite a while. Say, an Inland Empire guy, say, went to Arlington High School and played for a small club, Inland Empire, before transitioning to SoCal. And then a couple athletes from that program went to SoCal, and we had some good success there. Say, won a bronze medal as a B team, actually, in Florida, say, one time, say, and then a gold the next year, and then silver. So some good success at the club level, say, and then moved on to Riverside Community College, and then finished my playing days at University of Redlands, doing some good things at University of Redlands, Division III Player of the Year, SCIAC Player of the Year, and did some good things there. It was a really good experience for me at University of Redlands, and graduated in 2002 and started teaching. I was actually a high school teacher for 12 and a half years, and a coach for high school coach for 12 and a half years before moving over to Cal Baptist. So I've been at Cal Baptist for 5 years now. Say, married, say, with 2 kids. Remiss not to bring that up and put that in.
Right. Well, that sounds like you've got a lot of experience at Cal Baptist. Obviously, being a teacher as well, you love to teach, and that's really important. When you're coaching, so it's kind of an extension, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Excellent.
definitely. I mean, coaching is teaching. They go hand in hand. That's for sure.
They do. So how do athletes get themselves recruited? How should they go about promoting themselves? What's been your experience?
So, I mean, the best way for them to promote themselves is to do just that. Is to promote themselves. Is to reach out to contact a college coach. I mean, say, I can go sit on a pool deck, a big tournament, watch 10 games, and you got 2 teams per game, and so 12 athletes per team, and you're like 240 athletes. You can't evaluate 240 athletes in a day. So, how do we narrow this down? Hey, who's contacted us? I say that initial contact is going to be important, because that means not only they want to play water polo, but they're interested in California Baptist University. Okay? So contact the coach. Every program is going to have a recruitment form on their website. Okay? So if you go to a website, say it's going to be recruited or something like that, so you put in your information there, and it's real easy for every program to now download all that information into their recruiting database from there. And then also there's emails. All the coaches' emails are going to be there. So start that communication. Say, open up the line of communication. Say, and be as personal as possible. Say, we're coaches. We get formatted letters all the time. So you can say, this was just insert, hello, university coach, and then from there say, yeah, that's great. You're interested in playing water polo, but I say we think that at California Baptist University, we have a great situation, a unique situation. We want you to come play for California Baptist University. So, talk about how we've done, talk about, what we're doing in the future and things like that. And that's definitely the people that have done some research, the people that you can tell are trying to create a personal relationship with the coach in the school, not just, hey, I want to go play water polo. We tend to find that they have, follow through a little bit better, and we have better success with those athletes that really have an interest in California Baptist University.
Excellent. So you talked about talk about some of like the character traits. Obviously California Baptist is a unique university. What are some of the traits that you're looking for, that coaches might be looking for in a prospective student athlete?
So there's multiple traits we look for. You just talked about one. Say, with us being a Christian university, that's not going to be for everybody. So we're looking for people that have an interest in CBU. Say, it's hardly we go out there just fishing, and I call it. Say, hey, that's a great athlete. Let's just pull them aside and say we want to make sure that the interest level is there. So, we're going to push our athletes hard. Say, we're going to demand a lot of them. Say, if they don't want to be where they are, then they're not going to be as successful. So definitely say a want and a passion for being a specific place. Obviously, skills are important. I mean, we want the best shooters, the fastest players, bigger, stronger. I mean, those are all going to be things that every coach is going to want. I say, and then others, a bunch of the intangible things. I say, how do they respond well to adversity? So that's something. Well, I sent my highlight film to this coach. That's going to show him all he needs to know. Well, that shows me that you can pick the ball up, shoot, and score a lot. So, how about when you miss? I want to see your reaction. Do you miss and do you pout? Say, do you miss and do you not get back to defense? So, that's a bunch of things that people aren't expecting us to look at. Say, I had a time where I went recruiting a goalie and he got yanked in the first quarter. So I'm like, okay, well, this is great. So I was excited to see how he did that. And he was at every quarter break, at every timeout, he's out there cheering, giving water bottles. He got back in the second half and played great. So he texted me right after the game, sorry, coach, I didn't mean to get pulled. I'm like, that showed me more about you than me watching 10 games of you in the cage. The fact that you didn't pout, you didn't go and take it out on the coach. Say, you were still plugged in. You just realized, hey, I was not playing well. Say, what am I going to do? What can I do now to help the team? So it was actually something that we enjoyed watching and seeing, the fact that say he responded well to adversity. So that was important to us. I mean, do they take plays off? I mean, do they play the offense in the pool, defense in the pool? So a bunch of different things, but those are some things that we look for when we go out and evaluate.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really important. That it's those types of little nuggets that you've done in coaching for a number of years that you can look beyond, like you said, the highlight reels, and things of that nature that you want to see when you're out looking for players or even when you're watching video. How can like a high school coach or a club coach, what's their role in generally in helping recruits, be noticed?
Having that open line of communication, say, and being authentic. Say, I understand they want to do right by their athletes. Okay, right. So I get that, but I just help us and talk about those intangibles. Say, every college coach can go out and watch and evaluate talent. Okay, so but we don't see how good of a teammate they are. We don't see how they act at practice. Are they the first one in, the last one to leave type of athlete? So that's something that we can really gain from them. Say, and like I said, really being authentic and talk about some specific things. Don't say every coach can talk general, say, about an athlete. Oh, he's a good person. Say, but what are some specific instances that show that he does have the traits that we're looking for? So that's kind of what we're looking for from the high school coach, the club coach, is to get the inside view on not just the athlete but the person.
Okay, great. So in your experience, when is a good time for an athlete to begin this process? Obviously, there are some programs that are recruiting 2-3 years out. What's that look like for you guys? And when should these athletes begin to start?
So for the athlete, I think they can begin their process as early as possible. And that's their process of recruiting the school. And it really should be both ways. The athlete should be recruiting the school, and the school should be recruiting the athlete. So I think the athlete should start, as soon as possible. Say, go watch some games. And now the exposure that you can go online and just watch live streams all the time. So go watch the game, see how they do. For us as a NCAA Division I university, June 15th, going into an athlete's junior year, prospective student athlete's junior year, is really a big time. There's some different dates and things like that, and we don't need to get into all the rules for different divisions at different levels, but normally June 15th going into an athlete's junior year, is a big time where the coaching staffs can start to contact and start to ramp up that. Everything before that's going to be, say, probably not a whole lot can happen before that on the coaching staff's end.
Right. Excellent, Kevin. So you have an athlete who, say, is is preparing for a phone conversation with the coach. What would be your recommendation to him or her? What should they do to prepare?
So I'd say, try to be real. Say, I know that it's tough and they may be nervous. I say, but just be authentic and just have a phone conversation. So that's what we want to have as a coaching staff. Say, I mean, we know, I talked earlier, that you're going to be with us for 4 years and we're going to push you hard. So we just want to know what kind of person you are. How are you going to handle adversity and things like that, and be real. So, I've had athletes come on official visits, unofficial visits before, saying we're eating together, and they eat like a bird. I'm like, what is this guy doing? He's not eating. And then we get them on campus and they're an actual athlete, and now they're eating everything and eating the school at house and home. I'm like, why didn't you eat like this on your recruiting visit? Well, I didn't want to think that you think I'm a pig or something like that. It's like, just be real. Hey, be real. So I say, they want me to be real. I mean, I want them to be real. So that's
right.
There's no reason to, they say they're trying to find the best place for them. Hey, so don't sell what they aren't. Hey, sell what you are. Hey, so there's a place for every athlete out there. So hey, be authentic, be real, and we'll do the same on our end. And we just have to figure out if that'll be a good relationship. So
Yeah,
just be prepared to talk and have a conversation.
Yeah, that's really good advice. Just to be your authentic self, and if you're an athlete and you're looking for that in a coach, it's kind of a symbiotic relationship. I think that's really great. What with the COVID-19 pandemic here worldwide and the loss for some some traditional tournaments that are going to be played over the summer and maybe even into the fall, what would be your recommendation for PSA to be seen?
So that's going to be difficult. I mean, there's lots of difficult things that happen in athletics. So it's just one more thing you have to do. So I would go back to a couple of things I've talked about. Say the relationship. Say if you have that relationship with the coach, and now coaches are going to be making decisions maybe without having as much evaluation time as possible. So where does that go into? That's going to go into your club coach, your high school coach, and things like that. And the relationship of, do they respond to text messages? Do they, how long does it take? Do they respond to emails? And trying to get a feel for who they are. That goes to those phone conversations. There obviously highlight films are great. So that's going to show some athletic skill and ability, and we obviously all want the highest skill, the highest athletic ability athletes that we can. But maybe put in a full game, which is going to be tough to us as coaching staff. Say, okay, where is he at this point in time? But say if we know that player, we'll be able to see instincts, and that will show us. Say, does he take a play off? Does he only play offense? Does he only play defense? Say, how does he transition? And that will give us the best thing. It would be time consuming for us to watch, game films from every prospective student athlete. But the more that we can do is to do that evaluation. So have the personal contact, send the highlight films, send some full game films, and continue consistent contact too. Say we just like they probably want consistent contact from us. Hey, we want consistent contact from them, so that we know that interest level is still there.
Right. Well, I'm sure you might be watching some more. You might have a little bit more time on your hands. Well, you do have 2 children and a wife, so it's amazing what kind of time you think you have on your hands when you're home with all the time. But it really does change the perspective of things. So film, highlight reels, send it and keep in touch with the coach. That would be the best recommendation.
Yeah, consistency is big.
Yeah. So final question, can you give me some common misconceptions of the recruiting process that you think some PSAs and maybe if some parents have just about the recruiting in general?
So I'd say probably a big one is scholarships. They say, I don't know how much the recruits understand what the scholarships look like. I know I coached high school for a long time, and I remember sitting in a presentation where this recruiter was saying, okay, to my high school athletes, hey, you don't go play for them unless they pay for you. I'm like, well, there may be some sports out there that are that way. Water polo is probably not one of them. I mean, I have a limited roster of 21 athletes, and that's limited. And I have 4.5 scholarships to give. I mean, that's not 4.5 to seniors, 4.5 to juniors. It's 4.5 to the entire 21.
Right.
So now we can kind of break that up how we want. But for the most part, most athletes are paying and doing that. So that's one big thing is probably just the scholarships and how who gets full scholarships and how many full scholarships are out there. So that's probably the biggest misconception I know. And then the second misconception is, when can you talk to a college coach? There are a bunch of rules out there. Some people, I didn't think I could come talk to you. You can always come talk to a coach, and the coach at that point in time will let you know, what that conversation can be like. So if you're at a game, it's probably going to be short. Hey, how are you? I mean, we could always say, it's good to see you. Hey, nice job. But we just can't go into maybe in-depth recruiting things. But it's never bad. We just come up and shake the coach's hand, say, hey, good to see you here. And we can say, good to see you. Have a good day. So you can talk to him. It just may not be in-depth conversations. Again, there's a bunch of rules about when and where. So you can always at least say hi.
Right. Okay. So if an athlete's sitting, watching this video and they're interested more in learning about, obviously, California Baptist and just playing in college in general, what should their next step be?
I would say control what they control. I mean, can you control, do well in the classroom? Say that's something, I mean, we're athletes. We think that it only matters that we're in the pool, but do well in the classroom. There's almost every school has academic scholarships that can be given out. And so that's important. And obviously there's regulations the NCAA has on grade point average and things like that. So make sure that they're doing well in the classroom. Just work hard. Do anything that you can to improve. Say, can you go out and do a run? Can do some push-ups, do some plyometric type workouts. Continue to improve as a water polo player, and be that athlete that all coaches want to coach. And that's the athlete that's not talking back, that, like I said, showing up, first one to show up, last one to leave, a good teammate, somebody that's fun to be around. So those are all things that you can do. So we're all in the same situation. So there's no sense in sitting around and bemoaning the fact that we can't do anything. What can you do? And do that to the best of your ability.
Great. Well, Kevin, this has been Kevin Rosa from California Baptist University, the head coach of the men's water polo team there, giving us more information on the college recruiting process. This is Damon Newman from American Water Polo. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and our website, AmericanWaterPolo.org. And remember, it's important to stay connected to what's important to you. Hey, thanks again, Kevin. I appreciate the time.
All right. Thank you, Damon. Have a good day.
All right, you too.